Within a matter of a couple weeks, we went from snow, like lots of snow, to 80 degrees and very hot and lots of melting snow. So it's officially spring here. We should be cooling down back into the 60s for like at least the next week and a half, which I'm very excited about. And with these weather changes comes some spring fever for me, along with a little bit of nesting. Now, because my husband and I both work full-time outside of the house, though I do work a couple days from home right now, we don't really have time to do like marathon cleaning days. Also, 3 kids, so we really don't have time for like marathon cleaning days. We typically have to break down our decluttering and bigger cleaning projects over several days in order to get it done. And because I'm now feeling so much better than I was earlier in my pregnancy, I have a desire again to be in the kitchen, which I'm grateful for because it was quite the chore for a few months there. That also has to be balanced out with my desire to be outside. After a very long, cold, and windy winter, we're very excited to be outside again. So not a lot of like marathon cooking days like we can get in the wintertime when it's just kind of gloomy outside and everybody's trying to be cozy inside. So trying to balance that out with my desire to cook a lot again, and also I really want to be outside. With all that in mind, this video is kind of a compilation of my last 2 weeks as I've been working on decluttering, cleaning, and cooking. So hit that thumbs up if you're also feeling ready to really tackle some spring cleaning and decluttering, and let's get started. So the room has gotten a bit out of hand. This is my room. This is my dresser. We've been busy. Yeah, we need to take care of this. These clothes were all in here. I had just done like a big declutter, cleaned out my 5-year-old daughter's clothes, and you know, she's the last daughter, so we don't need to keep her clothes. And then my son was the last child, so we weren't really keeping his clothes either. And then surprise, you're pregnant, Katie. So I hung on to this bag because I was like, well, if there's a girl, there's a few things in there that I want to keep. If it's a boy, we're gonna keep most of the clothes that are left since I had already gotten rid of the first year's worth of infant clothes. So this bag has just been sitting in front of my dresser for a while, since like the beginning of February, like a couple days before we found out I was pregnant. And so we did find out we are having a boy, which we're super excited about. So I finally just over the weekend pulled all these out and took out the boy clothes. Now I need to go find a bin that we have to put these into to store for the next little boy that's coming to us. You guys, I really did get rid of all the baby stuff that he's grown out of already. I kept some favorites of each of the little size clothes that he's grown out of because I thought maybe either keep them for, you know, his kids or something, but mostly I thought I'll probably make like a memory blanket or something for each of my kids. So I have some clothes left over from each of them, but there's not much. And so luckily it's just like the infant, well, preemie through new 1-year sizes that we mostly got rid of. So we'll just need to buy more baby clothes. So we had a lot of friends give us a lot of little boy clothes. So hopefully we still have some friends that haven't gotten rid of their baby clothes yet that will be ready to by the time we get to there by October. So if you know me and you got boy clothes, hit me up. I would love them. But now it's time to finally clean up. Since we know what's going on, we have come to terms with the fact that we're having a 4th child, which is still so crazy to me. But it's time to clean up and get a better hold on my life. You guys, all of this money was on my dresser. This is $506. And I'm pretty sure this is just like Christmas cash from my in-laws, and actually a couple birthday cashes in there too. Because we don't use cash very much, we would just kind of take it out of our bank account with the idea like, oh, we'll go put the cash in there some other time. And so I know we haven't like used all of this money. We have probably used like 100, maybe 150 of it. But this needs to go get deposited. So this was all on my dresser collecting dust. So we're real smart here. Also, this is as good as cash. This is an $85 gift card for a massage that my husband got me for my birthday last year, and I hadn't made time to go because I apparently am not great at self-care. even though I really, like, this is what I wanted for my birthday and I just haven't done it yet. So now I need to go use this for a prenatal massage, which sounds really nice right now. Also, it's time to put these back on. This is a very old dresser, but it works for what we need it for right now. But my son comes and rips the handles off of that one and that one all the time. So sometimes I just leave them off for a while. But I'm gonna put them back on right now, and I'm sure they'll be off by the end of the day again. Alrighty, they're on now. One day, we will buy nicer furniture, but today is not that day. Okay, we've got this one cleaned off. This actually is kind of our makeshift, well, my makeshift nightstand. It's ghetto, but it works. It actually has the bottom 2 drawers with all of my fabric, and then the top one just has some like notebooks and stuff in it and things I need to take back to my siblings when I see them again. So it is what it is for now. One day I'd like to just get like a 3-drawer little dresser right there. But for now, this is what we got. And then the top has been cleaned. All that crap has been taken care of, mostly trashed. And I just have my 2 library books and the baby monitor. This is also cleared off and cleaned off and dusted. Got a little pile of stuff just from around to take over to the donation center now. And I feel a lot better having this cleaned. I'm definitely not done with my decluttering that needs to happen right now, but this is pretty good for lunch break. Feeling pretty happy. You can see my very dusty bookcase. I'm not a great duster, guys, so yeah. Anyways, I like to go through, I mean, we've got stuff on here. This is our only bookcase, so it houses like photo albums, some cooking stuff, and these are like a mix of our adult books and, well, that kind of sounds sketchy. I don't know, grown-up books doesn't sound any better. These are the books that are not children's books, except for the ones that are like special to us, that we don't want our kids trashing out on the kids' bookshelf, and some of our series. And we used to have a lot more books, but we've pared down quite a bit. And I like to go through here every once in a while just to see if there's anything else I'm kind of over. And so I'm taking out these 2 today. I actually love both of these books, but I haven't read them in a long time. And just because you love something doesn't mean you need to keep it. Like, I got this in a class in college. Like, I had to read it for a class. It was awesome. I got this from a boyfriend when I was like 19. It's even got like a nice note from him in there. But I don't know, I haven't read it since like 2006. So it's been a while. So I'm just gonna let these 2 go. They're great books. If you haven't read them, do it. They're wonderful. This is pretty funny and just super interesting. But yeah, time to say goodbye. And sorry that I talked about adult books on my channel. Please don't unsubscribe. From my kids' room, I went through their little bin that has their winter gear in it, like hats, gloves, and scarves, and swapped it out with the summer hats. And this is what my kids are grown out of, not using anymore. And then I found this. The other one was in my room and I couldn't find the match for it, so I threw it away. It's okay, it's all dirty. So this one's gonna get thrown away too. Here's my advice for parents, whether new or not. Don't have a million toys. Don't do it. It's the worst. And it all comes with your first kid. Because people will give you a lot of toys, or you inherit a lot of toys from somebody, and you don't know if your kid's going to like it or not. And you wonder, well, maybe the next kid will like it. And so you just hang on to all these toys that you hate forever. So get rid of them. Please. Please just get rid of the toys. I feel like the more kids I have, like each child that has come into our home, I've gotten rid of more toys. And it has made my life significantly better. That being said, I just went through my son's room that has, you know, this thing full of toys. And really, besides the stuffed animals in my girls' room and some stuff on their dressers, these are the toys. We have gotten rid of a lot of toys, and that makes me very happy. But I came in here to look through just to see if there's anything to get rid of. And I like to check this baby one because there's a lot of dumb, useless baby toys. And I don't like these ones. And finally found the last piece for this one. This is a bunch of like nesting bowls. Oh shoot. Okay, I got the first one off to show you. So these are just like nesting bowls. You can see there's 10 of them in there. I hate these things. They're actually hard to tear apart once they're in, and you can stack them and they're super high. The kids didn't really play with this very much, but for whatever reason, we hung on to it forever. And then this is relatively new. It came with another toy that my son got that he loves, but it's like also comes with 5 stacking cups. Nobody ever plays with these. So these are useless to us. So I'm going to get rid of these before we hang on to them for 5 years for no reason. Hello, I am working from home today. My house is kind of driving me crazy, but I'm ready to do some major decluttering. I don't know if it's major, but enough decluttering because my counters just feel very covered right now throughout my house. Like just the surfaces feel very visually stimulating for me, overstimulating, I should say. So I want to do what I can to clean this up quickly. It is actually my lunch break right now. I'm working from home today. And so I am trying to utilize my time very well. One of the things I'm tackling is getting rid of the leftover Valentine's and Easter stuff that my kids brought home. And by brought home, they brought home Valentine's stuff, but you know, we kind of did the Easter to ourselves. So I emptied out their Easter baskets. We've got these ready to go. This was all they had for my son. So we've got that right now. Anyways, so we got this out right now. I sorted everything, my son's oldest, youngest. And then I grabbed their Valentine's boxes from school that my husband actually made with them, / made for them. Emptied those out, took the Valentine's. Those are going in the trash. These are gonna go in the trash. My oldest is fine with it. My youngest is a little sad, but she's already forgotten about it because I kept it in the laundry room for a week, so she doesn't care. But we've got all of this stuff now to sit around the house. So they'll go through these pencils and stuff, and my daughter doesn't like the gum, so we'll throw that away. And then my daughter did not realize she had all of this Valentine's stuff still in there. So yeah, feels good. Can throw that away, put those away, and then deal with all this stuff. So it's all taken care of. Now we got this little pile of crap back here that I will also take care of, including 2 smoke detectors that need to get plugged back into the wall because they went off for no reason. And the only way we could get them to turn off was to unplug them. So we need to plug those back in, like today. So got rid of the trash, put the bills where it needs to go. This can get washed, so we'll put it over here. This, we do not need 2 of these out right now. I think one of these was in my kids' room, and then we had to put a humidifier in there. So we pulled that out and it just got put on the counter instead of under the bathroom sink, which is closer to their bedroom than it is here. So there we go. So it's going back under the bathroom sink. Also, my husband ordered this because I'm not CPR certified, and it's been a long time since I have been CPR certified. So the thought of my kids choking freaks me out. And I know that means I should go get CPR certified. I'm just also really forgetful, and that's not really an excuse. Like, I do have intentions to get CPR certified before this baby comes, but as of yet, I haven't. So we both are feeling a little bit better having this in the house. There is a practice one on there, so we need to take it out and actually practice it so we know how to use it in the event that one of our kids is choking on something, or one of us, because that could happen. That happens sometimes. So, do you guys have something like this in your house? This is not sponsored, by the way. Just interesting. Now that the counter's clean, I plugged this sucker in. I don't really buy oils. I've had a few, like, I like the doTERRA On Guard and the Thieves from Young Living, because I think they actually do help quite a bit when people are sick, particularly when my kids were really little. It helped a lot to diffuse some of that stuff in the room, but I don't know anything about oils. My sister worked for Young Living in their customer service for a while and gave me a bunch of free stuff, and so I'm trying to use it, and apparently candles are carcinogenic or whatever. So I'm trying to make my house smell good. So I Googled what smells go together, or what oils go together to make some good summery smells. And I did not have all the things that everyone says I need to have. But I did put some wild orange, lavender, and lemon together, and my house smells pretty good now. I like this. It's nice and bright and reminds me of home, all citrusy, because I'm from Arizona. I had them at the bottom of my stairs because spring is here, but we've had a very bipolar spring. It's either snowing or it's like 70 degrees, but mostly snowing. But I think as of today, we are out of the 40s, and I'm pretty excited about that. So I have been very anxiously waiting to put away the coats and to air the shoes. And I should have recorded this mess before I got started, but I didn't. So here we are. Okay, this is what's left. Yeah, kind of crazy. It is filthy. My kids drag in wood chips from the playgrounds at school. So this top row are shoes for my oldest daughter that will eventually fit my youngest daughter. That row is shoes that are going goodbye, like mostly, well, the tennis shoes to the trash. The boot, I've got the other one upstairs ready to go to the donation, and those nicer sandals can go be donated as well. Kids' socks that they leave down here. Some summer stuff that belongs in there. And then I'm gonna sweep this out. But I'm very happy that that sucker is empty of the coats. Super great. That's a lot of dirt. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's a lot of dirt and just gross stuff, which is extra gross because I'm pretty sure my husband did this like a month ago. So that's how much we've accumulated. Pretty nasty. If you don't mind filth, parenting might just be for you. Ugh. And these baseboards are just, blech. And my door is gross. And it's just all gross. These doors are just nasty. So we're gonna wipe these suckers down too. I don't think you can really appreciate how filthy your children are until you're cleaning the surfaces that they touch 8,000 times a day. This is super gross. I haven't put the rugs back down. Oh, now that that's drying, I can see that needs more scrubbing, but this looks so much better. It's all clean. The door is clean. All the dust is off of it. All of this too. I'm so happy. Oh, it feels so good. I was just going to put these away with the other shoes to save for my younger daughter when I remembered where we got these. We spent like 50 bucks on these dang boots for my daughter this year, and then immediately realized they sucked. But it was after they'd been used several times. We thought she was just being a whiner, but they really were letting tons of water in somehow. So like snow were in there. So we had to go buy different shoes. So we bought some Merrell boots. They were much, much better. And I was happy to spend 45 bucks on those. These ones, we're just gonna give away now. Well, the rug looks ugly because of snow and salt and all that, so it's kind of stained a little bit. I don't know if we can shampoo that out, but I did get those vacuumed up, so they look a lot better. Floor, walls, things are looking good. Just need to put that broom away, and then we'll keep that out a little longer still. I can't even remember what you call these things, but I sewed this several years ago because we get a lot of air that comes through our door. So in the winter, we put it up against it at night to try to block some of the cold air from coming in. So we still have some cold nights, so we'll leave that out. But the rest of it, looking pretty good. And we're on a cleaning if you give a mouse a cookie. Now I am scrubbing it all. And this one at the top of the stairs. We're cleaning it all today, friends. This is new, I think. I didn't notice it until working on this just now. So that's lovely. I think it's chalk. I need to retract my statement about my kids being filthy and gross and knowing it on the doors, because my kids reach, you know, down here. That's normal. My husband and I tend to grab the door. Oh, I gotta turn this around, like right here. Guess what guess what part of the door is also filthy and a little bit dark? It's from us. We're all just gross germ factories. Now it's time to prep some food. I don't usually buy cantaloupe because only a couple of us actually like them, but this sounded really good this week, so I'm excited to have these on hand. So I mistakenly grabbed another 2-pound bag of carrots. So now we have 4 pounds of carrots that we need to peel and slice and be able to eat before they all go bad. And I don't know why every week this task takes forever, but it really does. So make sure you're buying the right amount of carrots. My kids love chia pudding and asked me to make some vanilla chia pudding, so we're gonna get started on that. You start off with a cup of milk. You can use any kind of milk, really. This is skim, but you can use any type of percentage or almond milk or coconut milk or whatever kind of milk you use. And then add just a pinch of salt to that. Then you add like a teaspoon-ish or more of vanilla. We're not picky. And then you get about a tablespoon of maple syrup. I prefer this over other sweeteners because maple syrup tastes amazing. Then you add a 1/4 cup of chia seeds, and I do find that that ratio of 1/4 cup of chia seeds to the 1 cup of liquid is the best ratio. It's not too runny, it's not too thick to where they don't gel up well. So that's the ratio you're looking for. And you stir it up really, really well. And then you are going to cover it and put it in the fridge for a few hours to overnight until you're ready. And then once you are ready to eat, it's going to have gelled and be a little thicker looking. Now, the vanilla doesn't look like anything special, but it tastes really good. And you can find a lot of good recipes online. For Sunday dinner, I made zucchini pie, which I absolutely love, and my kids don't, but sometimes I make it anyways because I can eat food that I like too. So I double this recipe and put it in, hey baby, and I put it in a 9x13 pan instead of 2 pie pans. So I end up shredding about 3 cups each of zucchini and yellow squash. And I do this instead of slicing like it says in the recipe because I have found that it cooks much more evenly and I like doing it. So I do that first, and then I will get 8 eggs, add a little salt and pepper, and then 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and then stir it all together really well. Then I add 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 2 cups of like an all-purpose baking mix and stir, and it gets pretty thick, but this is good. This is exactly how it's supposed to look. I realized that I forgot to add in the onion, so I chopped about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of onion, and then I added it with the zucchini and yellow squash in with the mix. This gets a little thick while you are stirring it together, but just keep working at it. There is plenty of the mix, like the batter in there, to stir in evenly and well with the zucchini. It doesn't take too long for it to mix together more easily, and then you can add it to a greased 9x13 pan. I like to sprinkle Italian seasoning over the top of mine just for some more extra flavor, and then you can also sprinkle some feta on it. I do that sometimes if I have it, but I always sprinkle Parmesan cheese over it. And then at this point, my family decided to go on a walk, so I put a lid on it and put it in the fridge. Until then, we were ready and back, and I sliced those tomatoes and put them over the top of the batter. And make sure you are slicing those tomatoes very thinly so that it cooks easier. And then I go ahead and I sprinkle more Parmesan cheese and Italian seasoning over the top of it before it bakes in the oven at 350 degrees. When I double it, it takes about 50 minutes for it to cook all the way through. It is pretty moist from the liquid in the zucchini and the squash. So sometimes it takes a little while, but this is definitely worth it. And apparently I was too busy recording me eating the tomatoes with sugar than recording a video of the final product. So sorry, but it looks like a quiche. Then I moved on to make some deviled eggs for my kids because I thought they probably wouldn't eat the dinner because they never do, but they love deviled eggs. So I did the 5-5-5 method where I have a cup of water, put them in the Instant Pot for 5 minutes, and then it's going to cook for 5 minutes. Then you'll let it naturally release for 5 minutes before you let it all out. And then you're going to put those eggs in cold water for 5 minutes. And then eventually you will drain the water out, let them, like pat them dry. I usually let them sit in the fridge for a little bit before I peel them. Before I had an Instant Pot, I would always like bake my hard-boiled eggs in muffin tins in the oven, and that works just fine. But this method is far superior because the shells peel off like freaking magic, you guys. Once those have chilled and been peeled, I just honestly mash them with a fork. I know some people have like fancy methods for it, but a fork works just fine. I am not fancy. And to these 11 eggs, I add 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise, about 2 tablespoons of mustard, and then I'm going to do just a splash of Frank's hot sauce. I mean, this isn't Frank's, this is Winco brand, but same thing. And then 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, or whatever you call it, and then also some salt and pepper to taste, and then mix it all up real nice. I'm not going to lie, I could just eat this, just like this, because it's delicious. But I will fill up the eggs because it's lovely. And then I just sprinkle with paprika. I am not trying to be clean. So there is going to be a mess here, but it's going to be good. Also, I don't think eating on camera is particularly flattering, but these are super good. I love these deviled eggs. They're my favorite. And then this meat is going into the fridge to thaw overnight for dinner tomorrow. I usually forget to thaw my meat ahead of time. It's not a great habit. Lest you think I make fancy dinners, here's another one from this week. Smokies, veggies, apples, and chips. And of course, this is their favorite. Thanks for following along today. Now, this first part of the year has felt pretty disrupted with the changes coming to our family and adjusting to all of that. So it feels really good to start getting back into our family routines and systems and just feeling like normal. Don't forget to subscribe for more decluttering and cooking content, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks.